let me say this. You're not even getting me out of my house if we don't have that conversation first. It's a waste of my time.
Okay.
I need a whole phone conversation with you where we can connect and we can vibe a little bit. And I'm asking all these questions because I don't even want to go outside my house and cheat on my diet. Like, I'm vegan in my house. Like, if we go outside, I'm going to eat something that I'm not supposed to eat anyway. I don't really need to go out and have a free meal on you. I'm not at that stage in my life. Back in the day, maybe. I know some women that are like, oh, I just went for the free meal. I don't want to wait till the first date where you're like, oh, I don't even want to have kids, or I don't want a relationship. I'm just chilling. I just got out of something and I don't want anything. That was a waste of my time because I'm not looking for that. So I need that before I go on a date with you.
Yo,
what it do? What it do?
Space.
What's good, everybody?
Ain't shit.
Tell 'em.
Got TJ.
Hey. I had to put on my stunners. You know,
I know
what
you had to get
saying?
ready. I ain't mad at you. Stop out. Go ahead.
Check us out on So Ratchet Space Podcast on YouTube, where you can see our beautiful and handsome faces.
Talk about it. Let's go on for that. Oh, my fault. That wasn't crack. Hold up, but you can get one. There you go.
What up, tribe? Welcome back to another episode of the Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast, your favorite podcast. I am your girl, TJ, the unicorn Gemini. I bring duality to the podcast. That magical sound is me just appearing in your mind as you think of me. What do I look like, tribe? If you don't ever see our faces, what do I look like?
Butt naked, probably.
Really?
I mean, you
God, man, this is where they go.
No. Don't generalize us. He said that. I didn't say shit. I might have been thinking it, but he said it. Here's your
okay, so there's a difference between thinking it and saying it. Okay.
All right. So anyhow, we are going to move forward with our next segment. Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for TJ to align our chakras. All right. Flash, cue the music, sir.
It's gonna be a great ass day because I said it was gonna be a great ass day. I won't accept nothing else. Nothing bad will enter my day. Say that shit like you mean it. Howl it. No bad days.
Hi, tribe. I'm going to take off my sunnies for this.
Okay.
Because I'm going to get into character. Okay. I'm going to just zen myself in this moment. And you should too, tribe. If you haven't given yourself any time this week, it's Wednesday. Half of the week is done. Give yourself the next 2 minutes just to give yourself some time, some love, some support. And I'm going to introduce you to another chakra. Today's chakra is the Solar Plexus Chakra. It's the color yellow, which is my favorite color. That's why I had to put on my Sophisticatedly Ratchet light behind me. But anyway, it's located right below your diaphragm, which is the muscle that supports your lungs, right? And it's responsible for your confidence, your belonging, you being assertive, making decisions, your personal power. When it's blocked, I'm saying a lot because I have to think about everything I'm saying. Thank you for that, Mash.
Yeah, just talk freely too, but
holding you accountable.
So when it's blocked, you're gonna feel. Remember, when your chakras are blocked, that means that you're either overactive or underactive. We just want to always be balanced. So you shouldn't have too much power. That Trump feeling, like you're just the audacity of you, or fear, anxiety, or even being an introvert. You don't want to be either extreme on the higher or the lower. You just want to be balanced, right? So some affirmations that you can think of while I ring the singing bowl are: I create positive change in my life. I stand in my personal power. I am strong, powerful, confident. I'm aligned with my purpose. I wholeheartedly believe in myself. and I confidently welcome new experiences. That's my favorite one. I didn't put that here on the rolling screen though, but I like that one the best. Pick which one you like and that you are aligned with, tribe. So now I'm going to go ahead and bang our singing bowl. So focus on whatever affirmation resonates with you. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. No bad days.
Hey, talk about it. We like that. We like being centered.
Well done.
Well done, TJ. Well done,
Okay.
TJ. So, all right. So, as your host, it's time for me to move you on to the next portion of the episode. And y'all already know what the next portion is.
Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week.
Word of the
Word
week.
of the week.
Word of the
Word
week.
of the week.
You gotta let the music rock. Hey, word of the week.
Yeah, that shit don't remind you of like poem music
Word
though.
of
That
the-
don't sound like
It
like
does.
It sound like
It's very
it sound
funny,
like
very
it sound like
funny. It's very
a pimp
funny.
music.
right.
I'm going to give you today's word of the week. And I'm shake, by the way. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's word of the week is inchoate, which means just begun, so not fully formed or developed or rudimentary. All right. So, we'll use it in a sentence, ladies and gentlemen, inchoate. So, I started speaking, but my thought was inchoate, so I could not finish my sentence. Inchoate, all right?
That was good.
I know. That's why you're thinking about your teeth. Yeah, what you say before you say it, so you're not inchoate.
Yeah, you did
Right?
a great job.
There you go. Thanks, TJ. So
Gotcha.
in this episode, we're going to talk about dating 101 and things, women and men expect from their partners in a dating scenario. All right. So my first question to you guys is, what is your idea of a romantic first date?
So I like intimate settings. I like intimate shit. I like to know like I spent some money just to have some exclusivity with something, even if it's just a night on the water or it's a carriage ride or some shit like that. I like the fact that none of your other bitches could do this, huh? Yeah, you may like, but granted, it's a little, it feeds the ego as far as like, I gotta do something different or special. But I do feel like that's me being romantic when I spend my money to have a certain type of exclusive time that I know I'm not giving like the regular woman. You know what I'm saying?
You said a carriage ride? You been on a carriage ride?
Yeah. I
Like
think
the little
horses
horses.
is thinking this shit.
Like
you took
Central
carriage
Park?
rides?
You said the what?
Like in Central Park?
Like it's in Central Park?
Stagecoach?
You down for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you done it already?
I've done a carriage ride before. Yeah.
Okay.
How much is that?
Okay.
Yeah, I've never done a
wanna-
carriage ride.
I think I paid.
I've never done one either.
I want to say it was like 80, 100 for the one I paid for.
Okay.
Okay.
I just feel like it's like it's gotta be torture when he's shit in the bag though. When you sit inside the carriage and he's shit in the bag and you just walking around.
You don't
smelling
see
a
it
bunch of
though.
horses.
You don't
Well,
see
no,
it,
the shit.
though.
Yeah, the shit is on the back of the carriage. They got 2 big buckets, and it should just be swaying back there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you still smell that shit though.
Yeah.
So if you was
I
sitting
can't
on the
smell because of COVID, so I'm good now.
Yeah, that would suck though. I don't remember smelling shit though. I would remember smelling shit.
Got you.
Yeah.
I just think it's not romantic. When I hear people say carriage rides as like a romantic thing, in my mind, because I know you're gonna be having that experience, I don't think that's a romantic event to do.
So what's your idea of a romantic
I think that's
date,
romantic.
Nash?
I want to hear what TJ got to say first.
Okay.
No. I was gonna chime in on that what you just said on that comment you just mentioned about it's not romantic because it's a dirty ass blanket that they give to everybody.
Yes.
Like I don't want that blanket on me.
Yes.
And it stinks. And if it was my own blanket, I wouldn't mind that.
So
you want me to go?
Shit on the carriage ride. Shit on the carriage ride.
I'll go about the romantic date. So for me, a romantic date, not necessarily a romantic first date, but it's an idea of a romantic date. My idea of a romantic date is an adventure, right? I want to take on an adventure. I want to I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it funky. I want to hit at least 5 different locations. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to a bar. We talk. We have a drink, and then I take her. We hop in a cab and we drive off somewhere else, right? And then I take her in a cab and we end up maybe we end up at like a little dance club or something like that. Then we hop in the cab. We head to like freaking somewhere with a great view where we can look at the city and just talk and shit like that. And then you know and then you go grab some coffee or something like that from a little shop, and you keep on talking, and then basically it ends up back at my crib. All right, so that right there is my idea of a date, because that's a
sex or no sex, because that was your question.
No, it definitely ends with sex, but that is a romantic date.
What if it don't though? After you done took it like 4 different spots, you done blew the bag crazy. I'd imagine you taking all these cabs, bro. You taking all these cabs,
like. Yo, and it don't end with sex. I feel like if I did all of that, I felt like she was worth it. So even if it didn't end with sex
on the first date,
the price tag of that experience.
It's not necessarily a first date. This is definitely.
This is just a date. Okay,
this is a romantic date. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I feel
what was the question though? The question was what?
What is your idea of a romantic date? Not necessarily first date. What is your idea?
That's what you said, nigga.
That's what you said at first.
Nigga. My apologies. I meant a romantic date, because you did say first date. Yeah, it don't make no sense.
Okay.
But like, what's a romantic date to you? Period. Okay.
Got you.
And for me, that's like a romantic date. Like, I feel like keeping shit just like exciting makes things romantic. You know what I'm saying? If I decide to get her a flower while we outside, that's gonna just add to it. You know what I'm saying? Get her little thing wet a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm already gonna be having her like, she's already gonna be really into me because of all the excitement that I bring to her life. Because women love that, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, as far as dates for me, when I think about the type of experience I want to give somebody, or I want to get with somebody, I do what you do, Shake, in terms of giving them like an adventure, right? I like my dates. My younger whole days, and my dates would look something like we would meet in the city, and we would walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. All right, so that walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, people rarely get a chance to do that. It is such a beautiful thing to see, right? You're gonna have great photo shots, right? When you get to the other side, you can stop. You walk down to the park beneath. There's a bunch of different restaurants and shops over there. You can grab something to eat. Then now they got this they got an actual park now by Brooklyn Bridge now. It's huge.
It's called Brooklyn Bridge Park.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. They got like fucking 7 basketball courts. They got a pool down there. It's wild. Walk
carousel ride.
There. Yo, it's amazing. They got a skating rink for kids.
Facts.
All that shit is down there.
Yeah, it's a park down there.
And I would go down there, and then that would pretty much be it, because I feel like on the first date or in that romantic type of experience, that's good. I mean, I don't feel like after that I need to take you a bunch of places. By the time
a bunch of places,
you're gonna be hungry. We're gonna eat. After we eat, you probably gonna be done.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. And then we go back to the crib.
I would probably go to the park and shit for a minute too. I like the whole park idea. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's a romantic date.
Yeah.
Down on the Manhattan Bridge, overpass.
I went on a date yesterday, and that's exactly where it was. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Mesh?
Oh, I was gonna say my shit was cost efficient, my nigga. I ain't no cabs involved.
Walk for free, right?
Walk for free. And got a bunch of photos off.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Thanks.
That's
romantic.
Okay.
Yep. So that's exactly where we went yesterday. Brooklyn Bridge. We carried a blanket, put out a blanket, watched the water views, the bridges. Beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, that's a dope date.
Beautiful.
But I don't see it as that romantic, because I think what makes it romantic is the connection between two people.
100%.
And there was no connection between me and this person. I literally left him there at the Brooklyn Bridge and went home. But I digress.
No. That's important though, because you can quickly figure out if this is gonna go somewhere or not.
There you go.
Right.
So I now know that it doesn't matter about locations. It's really the connection that I have. So a real romantic date. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say the location matters in the sense that you can get a better understanding of the person.
Yeah.
Right. You were able to see quickly that I'm not interested in you. We don't have to take this further. But if you had like a less engaging date, you might not been able to see those things that you don't like in that person. So that's what I meant. Oh, as far as when you were saying that.
And you know, for me, it's like if we first start off with going to dinner, if I'm feeling you enough and you offer a second place, I'm like, all right, I'm down. But if I'm not feeling you at the second place or at the first place, then there's not going to be a second location, third location, fourth location, 5 location. You know what I mean? Much less a second date. You know what I mean? So I think vibes is way more important for there to be like a romantic date aspect for me. But I do feel like the best romantic dates, in my opinion, have been the ones that are planned and spontaneous. Like I want you to plan something.
The spontaneity, right?
Yeah, plan something, but then I don't mind the rest of the night being spontaneous. Like at least plan to bring me sunflowers if you know I love sunflowers. Tribe, I love sunflowers and I'm still single. So if you sliding in the DMs, you can slide in the DM and come up with some sunflowers.
Bring her a bunch of sunflowers.
Yes. So I love sunflowers. So if you do that, that's a win. And I know that you plan that. That could be the only plan, and I'd be happy with that. Planning maybe the first restaurant is dope too. But I need to know what we're doing because I don't want us to go play racquetball and I'm in 6-inch heels. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that girly girl that I'm going to need to have sneakers or some flats because I step out in heels all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I need to be aware of it, but I'm down for the shits. Like, especially if we're vibing, like whatever. And to me, that's what makes it romantic. It's really the connection that we share. And
that's a fact.
If I feel okay with you, you know, touching the small of my back and, you know, like, I don't mind
breaking that touch barrier. You know what I mean?
I don't mind that.
I mean,
I think
if the relationship is inchoate, you really got to gauge, you know, what the person's interests are.
Okay, exactly.
I mean, it's inchoate, but I think
inchoate.
Should I hit the buzzer?
Oh, like saying if the relationship is new, it's still developing.
It's still developing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's a good
I was about to slide in with that.
That was cute.
Thanks.
I think a romantic. Let me think what a romantic date is. I think a nice restaurant. Like I remember going to a nice a restaurant called The View. It's in the Marriott Marquis Hotel. It's around 42nd Street from what I recall. The restaurant rotates. So starting off like that and then getting into whatever. It could be a Broadway play afterwards, a nice spot, lounge. I'm hearing music because you know that's stuff that I like. Yeah, like something, and it's simple things, but it's still tasteful the way that's done. Just a beautiful restaurant, and then like I said, either a Broadway play. It don't even have to be a play, or like a nice lounge when the music is a vibe. That's legit right there. You know, so
you see,
I like that.
I love how women have like all this cool shit as far as like romance. I know there are certain things that I got to do to show a woman romance. This is why I'm saying here, like if I want to show.
You started off with that. You said that you're not the
bring,
most romantic person.
Yeah, but when I feel like, how can a woman show me romance? I don't know sometimes. Let me not say I don't know, but maybe I would be like. Shocked to see like how does a woman show romance? Does she bring me flowers or some shit? Like how do women show romance?
She cooked dinner for you and
she
presented it butt naked. You know what I'm saying?
Naked on the first date? Okay, not the first date.
It's not first date, or it's a romantic date. Remember, this is not the first date, it's a romantic date.
Or she does a couple massage with you, some stuff like that. I think that's
you know what? Flash, I'm really glad you brought that up because I feel like it's always on the guy to make the date romantic, right?
Right.
What a woman doing outside?
No. You know what? I was mainly thinking about the first date, and so I'm sorry.
The first date. You said the first date.
But in my mind, but in my mind, I'm saying here like are women even romantic on the first date? Because like is a blowjob romantic? No. Like does that flowers?
I feel like women. I feel like women think they believe like this they initiate the romance by looking good for the date or like dressing.
Ooh, yes,
you know what I'm saying? But
I ain't get ready either. Nigga.
But ultimately, it is on the masculine person.
See my glasses.
In order to make the date, like I guess you know the chivalry and the planning and stuff like that. Goes to whoever the masculine person is.
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Some of the best sex that I've had have been after romantic dates. You know like when you warm it up right.
Because the vibe and the connection is there.
you know that on
It's
your way
bubbling.
home, she's gonna gobble my shit up. You're like, when I get home, it's gonna be a problem. That type of energy usually comes from romantic dates.
I don't know about you, but some of my best sex is after some arguments and shit. You know, shit get a little
Because you
bit.
toxic now.
Things get a little. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever been into that.
You've never had making sex before?
Me neither. I can't.
I'm trying to think of a moment now, like when we might have had like makeup sex, like you know, like you had a problem, but to argue and then like in the movies, like I hate you. Oh, let's fuck. Like I've never had those type of moments before.
I have.
Yeah. That's passion right there, bro. That's
there's a lot of passion sometimes.
You know what I mean? So it's actually really good. Yeah.
Oh, so but before we move on too far, I wanted to make a point to showcase this one place that I took a lady to, and to the fellas. I don't know if this is still cool or not, but I highly recommend that you try this if you're in New York City. Why don't you visit the Jazz at Lincoln Center? All right, Lincoln Center has a amazing jazz club. It's called Dizzy's Jazz or Dizzy's Club. Right, I want to show you guys what it looks like. They have a beautiful view of Central Park. All right, you take your lady there. You can walk around the park first, and then right before the show starts, you can go up. They set you up with a table that looks. I don't remember. I can show you the prices right now. You gonna come out of pocket, but it's beautiful. Like you actually sit and watch. They set the mood. The artists perform for you. You sit around these small tables. Lincoln Center in the city. Fantastic.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see it, guys.
Fantastic experience. I highly recommend, fellas, if you're trying to give your lady a full experience or something different. And I'm not even sure if she's into jazz per se, but just being in the space and being present in the ambiance of that type of vibe, fire. Highly recommend again.
And I will say, if you don't have Dizzy's Club money, you could always go to the Groove on West 4th Street. That is my go-to. I take everybody there. Because I plan dates. I don't know what Shake was talking about. Oh, how that's usually on the masculine. I've planned dates before too. I would prefer not to plan the first date, but I have. But Groove on West 4th is completely free. Yeah, Groove on West 4th is completely free, and it's live music. It's usually vibes. All you have to do is pay for drinks. And it's a cheaper version of Dizzy's. Yeah.
So TJ, do you feel like when you plan the date, the pressure is on you to make the date romantic?
I think it's not I'm doing what I fucking want to do.
You doing what you want to do.
That's the easiest shit. Like for me to
you don't care about romance.
For me to leave this nigga on this date, that's just like, yo, I set this shit up to do all the shit that I want to do with you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should have been like in the can for you. Like for me to leave you on a date, that's a problem. Like
we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the romance. Talking about the romance, okay?
Not on the first date.
The man is still required to provide the romance. Whether you plan the date or not, he still has to be romantic. And he still has to be chivalrous or whatever. But so I feel like it's on us to be romantic. You know what I'm saying? It's always on us to initiate the romance. And that's what I mean by that. You know,
but how do you initiate romance outside of if someone planned everything for you?
I mean, you plan it and shit. You know, I come there looking nice and shit. I come with my swanky suit. You know, I bring you a flower. You know what I mean? I make sure I hold the doors open for you.
That's
and then,
another
thing. And then after you finish with your plan, I have plans after, like maybe something else we can do after.
Okay.
Right. So I still feel like there's pressure on the masculine.
I'll be honest. That's not enough for me. Opening doors and bringing me a flower is not enough.
That's natural.
No, I mean the connection is. You also have to speak to her, like, you know what I mean.
So TJ, this is my thing. I don't think it's like a one thing for guys. I think there's multiple. Multiple things that we have to pay attention to make sure that we're showing romance to a woman, and sometimes it's not always flowers, but it is like a lot of the small things, because we know, like, first impressions they mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
still talking about first date.
I am. I don't know why, but But this is where my mind goes when I think about like romance and,
Okay.
and women and first dates, at least as far as what Shake is talking about. and
According to Flash, he don't got to be romantic after the first date. He just
Obviously.
once I get the drugs,
Obviously.
I mean, it do change shit though. No, but
shit is out the
now
window.
peak game. No. I mean, but I've learned though. I've learned.
Once you meet Ike,
I've
that's
learned.
it.
And sometimes that happens. Sometimes
Ike's
that
rough.
happens. You know?
It's
That's
rough.
it.
Like,
What you
it's
mean?
rough. It's rough dating me sometimes. It happens.
Yeah.
Like that. So let me move on to the next question. How long would you wait for a date to show up late?
If my date is communicating with me.
Your date is
Right.
communicating.
I remember
don't
that. I
mind
remember a
waiting.
story like this. Yep.
For me, right? I know. I'm not gonna tell
Uh-huh.
a story because I know it's not story time. I'm gonna let everybody know. But I'm gonna
Mhm.
say if my date is communicating with me about everything that's going on, oh my God, I got hit by a truck, or oh my
You
God,
gonna wait
the
around.
nanny didn't get here and I'm waiting, but I'm still on the phone with you. Like I'm dressed and ready. I'm getting ready to leave. The nanny, I'm waiting for the nanny. Whatever you're saying, I just communicate with me. I will wait. I don't mind waiting. If
What if I
we
don't
are already
communicate with you until
How
the day is
long?
at
How
8 o'clock and I don't
long?
communicate
30
with you?
minutes. 30 minutes.
8:05. I hit you up.
30
I'm still at
minutes.
home.
Oh, I'll wait an hour.
I hit you up, no response back, 30 minutes. Max.
First date, you waiting.
First date, 30 minutes. Things
Yeah.
happen. I've
Yeah,
left
things
my
happen.
phone at home, had to call Mo, like, hey,
Yep.
can you hook me up? You know,
Right.
I've had issues happen. So 30 minutes is the grace period.
So,
With
Mo, how
no
long?
communication.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Oh, go ahead,
real
Mo.
quick. I'm gonna say I agree. I think for me, I'll probably wait an hour if we're in
With
communication.
no communication.
No. If we're communicating, I'll give you an hour because it depends. Travel time, your traffic, but we're communicating. I'll give you an hour. Yeah, but if we're not communicating, no communication, I agree. You're not getting.
All right, so sorry. Go ahead, Flash. I just wanted to say this one thing. When I think about this lateness concept, are we talking like I'm at the restaurant and you ain't get here yet? Or we talking like let's meet?
Yeah.
What type of situation we talking?
We're at the restaurant. You're at the restaurant.
I'm there. I'm at the restaurant.
You at the
waiting to
restaurant.
get seated.
You sitting there. You got a
Right.
massage in your hand. You waiting for her to hop out of the cab.
A croissant.
Right.
What is this, prom? I ain't never bought
This nigga's rusty on his dates too. He rusty too.
This bitch is still home putting her makeup on. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
I want my nigga
kinda
to wait for
different.
me a little bit.
Nah.
Yeah.
But
So this is what I say, and that's where I was gonna kind of go to with it because I'm gonna be honest, it depends on how bad this bitch is. If I'm gonna be sitting there for even an hour or some shit, because I'll make exceptions. This is me telling you that shit. Like I will go to the bar. Like I'm gonna be at the bar because especially if it's a date, I'm probably gonna be bagging bitches at the bar anyway. Nigga. And I'm gonna wait for her to come.
On your date,
If it's a first date, nigga, I'm a single nigga.
It ain't a date yet.
What the fuck?
listen, don't let me pull up
Don't let
on
me
that
see
ass
it.
while you talking to some next chick.
Nigga, you
I'm
in
gonna
the
turn right
bathroom
the
doing
fuck
your
around.
makeup. You should have been here. Okay?
Yeah, fact. You can't show up. You can't show up late and be mad I'm talking to somebody else.
I
at the
agree.
bar.
When you do show
Right.
up, you have to be so pleasant. You know what I'm saying?
Apologize.
So sorry
Right.
I'm late.
So sorry it's late.
You know, and then
Right.
you offer things like you're gonna be nice. You know, like you can't
You can't show
be
up
wrong
late
and
with attitude.
strong. No,
And
you
this is
can't.
my thing. But even the T point, I'm sitting here like you got to communicate with me. If you communicating with me,
Correct.
cool. But the peak game, if you wasn't communicating with me, and let's say I'm waiting for like an hour
I'm not
and a
waiting
half
for
or some shit.
No
Yo,
communication.
trust me, you should not be surprised if you find me in that place 2 hours later when you decide to arrive and I'm talking to another chick, I having dinner with somebody.
Well,
else.
that's completely
That's the way
different
it gotta
because
go.
to me that's different because you didn't even have the audacity to even reach out to me, and you know what I mean. So it's up to you if you want to come there 2 hours late and I'm doing me. That has nothing to do with me. You didn't communicate nothing with me. So
I think it all
shit.
determines it all depends on travel time too. I feel like how much time.
Yeah, that's what I
really
said.
get
Travel.
here?
Yeah.
Like if it took me an hour to get here, and it's gonna take me an hour to get home, I'm gonna chill for a minute. Like I ain't gonna be in a rush.
I may sit down and
eat.
I may have a drink at the bar. I may have my little appetizer or my meal. Yeah, because at this point I'm already here, and it took me a while to get here. So,
but if it took me 10 minutes to get here, you out, I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting out. If it took me 10 minutes to be somewhere, and I can be back somewhere else, I'm not waiting no fuck out. That's crazy.
Yo, I agree with most of y'all shit. Like Flash said, yo, how bad she is. If Shorty bad,
I would have easy.
Whatever. Flash, if she bad, I'm gonna wait a goddamn hour. Flash.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I'm chilling. I'm gonna chill.
I'm gonna start thinking I'm the problem. I'm gonna start thinking I'm the problem. Damn, was that too early? Like, nigga, are you...
I got games on my phone. I can play a game. Chill.
That's a fact. I figured out something while she on her way.
I ain't check my TikTok in man long. Let me check my TikTok real quick.
That's a fact.
Let's go file the taxes one time real quick. Hold up.
And it also depends on how long it took me to get there.
Check my Robin.
If it's up the block from me, yo, I'm gonna go home. Holla at me later. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me when you reach, because I could be there in 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if it's an hour away, I'm gonna have to chill at the spot for a little
I think
bit.
if she bad enough, niggas will find something to do. If she bad enough, she's telling me, "Oh my god, my babysitter just canceled on me. I gotta find another babysitter.
So,
I need you to wait."
I'm gonna go bowling, baby. Don't worry about it. I'll be back. I'll be down the street. You let me know when you here.
Meet me here.
That's the fact.
The Bolorama.
When you reach, y'all just let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna circle back. Right, facts. I'm gonna circle back. You just get here. You just worry about getting here. Don't worry, we'll link up.
That's it.
Yo,
but I do think it's important that she can't show up with an attitude though.
Well,
like
no,
if you show up, if you late, you cannot pop out and then have a two with me. Like you gotta humble yourself if you late like that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah,
100%.
Yo, I mean, have you ever showed up late for a date, or someone ever showed up late for a date with you, and it's just been like it was like you knew the date was over immediately? Like this shit is just not gonna fucking work.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
I don't think so.
For me, it happened. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I pulled up late to a first date. I ain't gonna lie. I was like 45 minutes late.
Damn.
And I felt the energy.
Was you in communication?
I was communicating. You know what I'm saying? But literally, I thought I was gonna get there a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? From where I was, it turned out I miscalculated traffic and how long it was going to take me to get there. And I ended up getting there 45 minutes after expected time. Right?
This is before GPS?
No, GPS was there. But I miscalculated. It was after work and shit. It was like the after.
You wasn't in communication.
I was in communication. But it was like it was communication. But I was supposed to be there at 8:00, and I started communicating at 8:05.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I would be a little late.
Right.
So Shorty already standing in the front and shit, like she was on time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I felt like, I kind of ruined my chances right there at the beginning of and then the whole conversation just seemed like it just wasn't. We were just eating. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't flowing.
Yeah, it wasn't flowing. So I kind of knew. Like I knew it was over from the beginning, you know what I mean? Before it even got started.
Yeah, real quick. Has anybody ever like canceled? Like, you ever end a date sooner than it's supposed to end? Like, you ever be on a date with somebody and something happens? And you're like, this shit is over. I'm out. Like mid date, like not wait till it ends and just leave.
Yeah,
I've had 3 situations. One, I was gonna say I showed up late I was heading to a date. And I was running late and I decided to hit him. And he was just like, don't even bother. He's like, you didn't take the time to make sure that you got here on time and you're wasting my time. He literally said that to me. Okay. He was like, I knew that I was going on this date with you. I like to be early. I was here like, 20 minutes early. And for me to wait for you, that's a problem. And it was exactly the situation like you, Shake. Like, I know how to get to the West Side Highway. I could have put it in the GPS to see which way was the fastest route. But I was like, let me just go on the West Side. I know exactly where I'm going. And traffic was nasty. And I hit him up, maybe like a good 20 minutes before I was supposed to get there. And I said, yo, I just put it in the GPS and it's looking kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting this. And he was just very like turned off by it and was like, you should go home. And I turned around. I was very hurt. Because we had a connection. He wasn't for me. And we had really great times. And so we had talks about it after the fact, but it just wasn't right after that.
You know what it is? Okay, teacher. I'm sorry.
No, tell me what you think.
I mean, a lot of times when you're late to stuff, people feel it's because you don't respect their time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's like, I set enough time for this right here to be here for you, and you didn't even take the consideration to try to get here on time for that. So that just shows how much you respect me as a person. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how and that may not be what it is, but that's how people feel.
Right. That's not your intention, but that's not your intention.
And that's why I communicated with him like, I am so sorry, and he made a whole big thing. He was like, I had to spend money on an Uber to get here and then another Uber to get back home. And then I was going to pay for a steak dinner. And I was just like, because we were going to STK in the meatpacking district. And I'm just like, all right, you doing the most.
My
right
nigga,
now.
you
like,
just
I'm
saved
turned
all
off
the money
too.
on the dinner, so
Yeah, that's a
relax.
fact.
Like,
Exactly.
I was turned off by that
about the
too.
Uber for?
But
Like,
for him to tell me to go home right away, not like, is everything okay? Or like
Like,
something
yeah.
happened. It wasn't.
yeah.
He didn't do any of that. He was
How
just
soon
like,
can
turn
you
around.
make it? Like, what's the earliest you can
Right.
And
get
I
it?
literally
You know
told
what I
him,
mean?
and when I called him, I said, "Yo, I just put in the GPS because I didn't feel like I needed GPS. I know where I'm going. Like I suggested this spot. You know what I'm saying? I love STK. When
Yeah,
he said
you
that to
did.
me,
Nerd.
I was like, all right, I'm turning
Yeah.
around right away because I was so hurt. And then he calls me back. He was like, oh, I just spoke to them at the restaurant and they said that we could extend it for another 20 minutes for you to get here. And I was like, but at this point, I already turned around. You already told me to go home. So now for me to go back on the highway with this bumper to bumper traffic after I already was going home, like that's not gonna work. But I'll digress. I'll leave that with that only story. But I have left the date early.
That's what I want to know. I want to know if you was eating lunch or eating dinner with somebody, they said some wild shit, and you put the fork down and you went home.
So I can't remember exactly if a date, and I probably have, but I just remember like when I knew like she was totally gone from the date. I was late for a movie, and but there was conversation as far as like we're gonna go to the movies and then we're gonna go, probably have some drinks and shit. And I missed the previews, and I'm pretty sure I was probably like 10 minutes late for the movie. So the shit started already. And so first of all, trying to find somebody when the movie started in the theater is already a fucking hassle. And shit.
She was already
Right.
sitting. Damn.
She's already sitting and shit. So this is how I knew I fucked up. But when I got there, sat down next to her, I forget what movie it was, but I just remember even just trying to whisper to her some shit, and then she just gave me the hush. She's like, we ain't talking. You shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
She hushed you?
She hushed me and then handed me my popcorn, and I was just like, okay, this shit probably over. So in my head, I already knew the shit was over because I could see on her face like she was not satisfied.
She wasn't
with
with
my time.
Annoyed.
You know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed the movie, but then we got up and that was it. The date was over. We didn't go to no drinks, nothing. And it wasn't first impression shit, but it made me understand some people.
Did you pay for it?
Obviously she paid for it because she had
the
popcorn and everything ready for him.
Yeah,
that's why she was mad. That's why she was mad,
so
bro.
yeah,
She
so
had to
she
come out.
probably.
Yo, if I
That's
put
fair.
a pocket,
That's
on
why
the
she
first
shit you, bro.
date,
You was like,
You're right.
I
Shut
wouldn't
up.
even offer him no popcorn. If he even
shut
tried
your
to
broke
reach
ass
his
up.
hand over, I'd have been like,
Right.
move your hand
You
from
know,
my
Shut
popcorn.
your
broke ass mouth.
She didn't even want that shit no more. That's why she gave it to him. She was like, here, hold that, nigga.
And I got you some food here.
But she paid, right?
Slap his hand. Like,
Crazy. She only gave him popcorn.
She was
It
tight.
leftover popcorn.
But
She was tight,
I knew the
though.
date was over. Yeah, I knew the date was over. But we had the movie was good probably though. But I'm pretty sure like that was like an early checkout for me.
That's a fact.
Can I ask you guys a question? Have you ever been on a date and you felt like everything went well, but then the person just don't want nothing to do with you ever again? Like you get
Hell the fuck
ghosted?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? This
I'm trying to
happened?
think.
Not really, because I'm
trying to
amazing.
think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I go on dates and shit, like nigga.
Cap.
Man,
I'm not
Shake facts.
It's not cap. It's not
Shake
cap,
facts.
bro.
I don't remember
sound
that.
effect for that.
I'm usually the one that disappeared.
Shake
Okay,
facts.
how about that?
I've shot in
Okay?
a lot of shots, and I feel like some go in, some don't. You know what I mean? Some
Right.
After a whole
Nah.
date?
some
You know what,
Like,
some
no,
double
have you-
rim. And
I'm
shit
talking about
bounce
like
off.
one. No, Mash. I'm talking about.
You mean like they
one
curve
that
you
thought
afterwards?
did really, really well. Like you
On
were
a
like,
date.
yo, I'm
Never
gonna meet her
happened.
again. I can't wait to meet her again.
Right, to
and
see
she
her
curves
again.
you like
Yeah, I've
sometimes
had-
after the first
yo,
date, but like when you thought
yo,
it went
son.
well,
Yeah,
I've met a chick and talked to a chick and then when I try to hit her up, I don't get any response. But as far as going on a whole
Right.
date and then not getting any response after that, that's never happened to me. I've never had it happen.
I feel so y'all know me, and Mash always has warned me about mono and shit. I feel like a lot of my first dates have always been makeout sessions.
I can't.
But I feel like I've had some moments where it's like I would put a chick in the cab after we had this hot bothered moment. She done grabbed my dick 18 different ways and shit, and I don't ever see him.
You ain't
again
never
and
hear
shit
from
like
her
that,
again.
Why'd you put them in a cab?
Made her feel like a hoe, bro.
Because I didn't want to fuck her that same night. I was trying not to fuck her that same night.
You see?
Oh, look at you.
So you was trying to be
respectful.
respectful.
And
out.
so they
I
wasn't,
was
so
missing
they
out on the
wasn't fucking
phone.
with you because you didn't fuck them. Is that what happened? Like, why didn't you see them again?
Possibly, maybe they didn't know who I was.
Oh,
But
like
it's all
he's
good.
hitting me. I don't got time for this shit.
Thought you was a little bitch, nigga.
This
Like,
is how
I
know
know
that's
it's a
probably
little
what
bitch
This is
shit.
how a hero
They
turns
met a
into a
nigga at the
villain.
library.
This is how a hero turns into a villain. This moment right here.
Yeah.
This moment, bro.
Actually, that's the opposite for me. I actually want a man to like
I like that though.
to get
That
me
you went
that
home.
riled up, and then you send me home because
Send me
now I
home.
really
I
want
want
to
to look forward to
see
see.
out of you.
Yeah.
I
See,
really want to fuck the
And
shit out of you.
Now I wanna-
TJ, that's how it usually goes. This is what I'm trying to say. So for me to have I did everything right. Like the algorithm was again 18 different ways. I'm like, I've seen this before. And then I put you in the cab. I'm saying like she's gonna text me and then she's gonna say some wild shit on the text like, nigga, my pussy was bubbling. And I'm be like, job accomplished. Now I'm gonna get exactly what I need. I'm telling you.
Right.
So
And the reason why I feel like that's not a villain is because as a woman, you really don't want to fuck the nigga on the first night. And then what if he ghosts you after that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So thank you so much for respecting my box when I wasn't trying to respect it. I was trying to get, fuck, like I was trying to get it that night.
I'm not the one nigga. If she's trying to get fucked, nigga, she gonna get what she wants. That's the belief.
We know
after that, you gonna ditch her.
Question.
No, we gonna keep them around.
Question to
You know what I mean? Fucking A. But
do one night stands add to the body count?
They do. Everybody adds to the body count.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
everybody adds.
You don't have to tell people your body count, but it should add. Like, ladies, we not doing that out in these streets. Try your best to be safe. Try your best to wrap it up. Try your best not to get pregnant by these niggas.
Absolutely.
But the body counts count, and it's even if that number stay with you, they fucking count.
Okay. I mean,
and there's women that think that when they don't fuck you, like I just sucked his dick.
Does your body count reset?
He just fucked me in my ass. It depends on who I'm talking to, but with myself, no, my body count doesn't reset.
So TJ,
but if I'm talking to you, it's only been six niggas.
TJ,
it's only been on one man.
So wait, TJ, give it head ass to the body count.
No,
give it head ass to the body.
I don't think. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't consider that.
But if I wouldn't ask, because some women ain't no ass to the body count.
I think anal is a body count because that's sex. That's sex. So that's a body count.
Give it head is sex. I think freaking.
I don't think. But I don't think.
Ending this sex,
I wouldn't consider that a body count.
I understand why you wouldn't count it though. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't count that.
It's whatever goes inside the vag, inside my lower region, in my mouth.
Got you. It got to be in your lower region. You know what I'm saying? He can't put it.
I ain't gonna hold you. A win is the win for me.
You know what I'm saying? What if you give the nigga a foot job and shit? You know what I'm saying? On
that's still not a body count.
Not really on the body count.
That's not a body count. Okay. That's not.
Have any of you niggas ever got a foot job?
Nah,
not to completion out there, but
not to completion either, yo. I don't feel like a woman has been able to complete me with their feet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like
that's skills. That's a real skill.
Really, yo, for real. So, back to dating, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you guys a question. What are some and this is gonna have to be the last question because we're about to be done. What are some good questions to ask on a first date to get to know someone?
I have tons. What you mean? Like, are you dating anyone else?
Give me a good question.
What do you do? What do you do for a living?
Yeah,
what's your children?
Yeah.
What are your like? Do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to have children? Like, like
you feel like
you like your
that's
job?
not coming on a little too strong for the first date?
No, we're having conversation. I want to get to know you.
And you date with
what are your
intentions? Yeah, you date.
What are your intentions? Are you just trying to fuck, or are you trying to be in a?
But that's what I would ask. Like, what are your intentions? Like, are you just having fun right now?
Yeah,
are you looking to seriously date somebody? And if they say, "Well, I'm looking to seriously date," then I would start asking more questions. Well, okay, why are you looking to be married? Do you want to have children? Stuff like that. You know.
But let me also say this. Let me say this. You're not even getting me out of my house if we don't have that conversation first. It's a waste of my time.
Okay.
I need a whole phone conversation with you where we can connect and we can vibe a little bit. And I'm asking all these questions because I don't even want to go outside my house and cheat on my diet. Like, I'm vegan in my house. Like, if we go outside, I'm gonna eat something that I'm not supposed to eat anyway, right?
You vegan at home.
So I don't really need to go out and have a free meal on you. I'm not at that stage in my life. Back in the day, maybe. I know some women that are like, oh, I just went for the free meal. I'm not like that at this point. I want to know if you're good. If I don't want to wait till the first date where you're like, oh, I don't even want to have kids, or I'm just out here chilling. I don't want a relationship. I'm just chilling. I just got out of something and I don't want anything. That was a waste of my time because I'm not looking for that. So I need that before I go on a date with you.
What about the fellas? Go ahead.
Yeah. I guess I'm worried because I do differentiate dates in two different forms. Like if I know I'm dating and you giving me fuck vibes, I'm gonna ask you what your pussy tastes like probably on the first date. That's a great date conversation. I'm gonna leave with because I'm not.
What's
I'm not
the
here
answer
I'm not
usually?
Here to
what do they usually say? Because that's a very odd question for me.
It is.
I mean, it's sweet. It's sweet.
That bitch lied.
Whatever.
That bitch lied. What pussy smell like? Tastes like that.
No, listen to the pussy I had. Listen to the pussy I had. I'm just
all right, but what
honest.
does it taste like? What's the correct answer for that? Like,
no, there is no correct answer. It's supposed to turn you on. TJ.
It's just whatever you say.
Yeah, just say whatever you say. Yeah.
Pineapples, nigga.
It's banter.
Exactly.
Right. It's banter. At that point, it's banter.
Nigga.
Yeah, I don't want you to be like my pH balance is 9, nigga. No, bitch, like tell me fruits and vodka.
I'm like, okay.
Nah, just
talk to me nice.
Make this shit sexy.
We keep it sexy. But if I know I'm dating you and I'm trying to like not try to fuck you, I'm gonna talk about what does she eat? Because maybe I can guess what her pussy tastes like, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different ways I'm gonna approach the situation. So I'm still keeping it classy, keeping it G, but yeah, when I'm trying to fuck women, I feel like the conversation is totally different if I know you're on the same level as me. It's like we're both here for this, so we don't have to beat around the bush for a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So just
Flash,
know your partner at least.
So Flash, what's the other level of the dating? You said there was 2. All right, this is the sex date right here. Now, what's the other kind of date?
Well,
he said the other one. He just said it.
Yeah, I'm not asking you. I'm saying, what you eat? Like
what
you
eat?
What do you eat? Things like that. Okay, so that's just you being moderate, Flash. So you can figure out what her pussy tastes like instead of actually asking.
Correct.
Okay, so Mash.
Wow.
Turned off. Turned all the way off.
I didn't even see how you got there. I got you.
What's your diet look like?
Lots of pineapples.
What if she said I eat pork and fried chicken every day?
It's gonna be a little.
I'm still
have a little twang to it. It's gonna have a little twang to it.
It's
gonna have a little must to it. It's gonna be all right though.
I gotta prepare myself. I'm preparing myself.
I've
had chitlins once or twice.
Exactly.
Throw a mitt in your mouth and eat her pussy.
No, but I ain't gonna hold you. No, I've been turned off by what women eat though. Sometimes I'll be honest with you. Like they start telling me
like what?
Well, I would say like maybe I used to get turned off by like chitlins and shit like that. Just to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. That was a thing for me. I didn't fuck around with chitlins and shit. So I think when I would hear women that love chitlins, I would just be like, oh, you could take a lot. Like you a nasty bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really have to worry about chitlins from chicks in New York that much. But when you start dating in the South, they be eating chitlins down there, bro. That's where they eat chitlins at. Cause real talk.
Yeah.
I think you capping. Cause nigga, you Jamaican. Jamaicans eat everything.
No, but I don't eat chitlins, my nigga.
Chicken neck, chicken.
I don't eat tripe. I don't eat tripe, and I don't eat.
Tripe is good though.
I mean,
you know, it's horrible. Let's take a second to talk about this. Hold on.
Nah, curry tripe is good. I like tripe. If you cook it well, and it's curry. My mother used to make curry. Yep, curry.
I got a quick little story I want to give you real quick.
I want to hear it. Story time.
I was working in downtown Manhattan at the time, and it's right next to Chinatown, so we would go to Chinatown for lunch. And one day I went down for Chinatown to a Chinese restaurant and I tried tripe and I didn't know what tripe was. And I thought to myself, it got to be like a meat. You know what I mean? It got to be like.
Let the listeners know what it is.
I'll tell them what it is.
Yeah.
It's like the gills or like, no, not the gills. It's the
stomach lining.
The stomach lining, yeah.
Of a cow.
It's not delicious at all. It's not
really good.
At all.
It's really good. They didn't know.
Meat.
You
It
probably
is
went to the wrong
gross.
place to get it. To get it.
Yeah, you don't
man.
eat it from
Yeah,
Chinese
It's
people.
from Chinese people. Why would you eat it?
Oh wow! And you know that is a no way a reflection of the idea of the
Changed my life.
Sophisticatedly Ratchet
Yes,
Podcast.
yes.
We enjoy Chinese food.
We enjoy Chinese food. I'm
Don't
a
eat Chinese
food
tripe.
advocate. No, I'm a Chinese food advocate.
Gross. Gross. I don't know what I was thinking.
How was it prepared? Was it just boiled and just?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was like in a soup. It was like in a
Oh, no.
soup they
Like
gave
a
it.
I love
ramen
it.
and shit. They
That's
give it to you
good.
ramen style.
I
But
love
yeah,
I like it when it was. I
sounds
like
a
that's
little
how I
creamy.
know it.
when
In a
It sounds a
Caribbean
little
soup,
meaty. It sounds a little meaty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
in the Trinidad culture, like we put it in
Mhm.
soup, and it's really good. When I was little, I was like, "Oh, I want the soup with the gummy meat."
Yeah.
Like,
My mom did
This
that.
is
And for
it
me,
sounds like that.
Jamaican,
I
my
think
mother
I've had
curried
it
it. I
before.
think she curried
Now
it.
I
It was
think I've
good.
had it before because I
Yeah.
remember having like soup with gummy meat in it, and it might have been
Mm.
tripe, and I didn't even know that's the hell I was eating.
You liked
You know
it?
what I mean? It was alright. The soup was alright. There was a good flavor to the
Mm.
soup, though. I didn't really. If the soup was
Mm.
bad, I probably wouldn't have liked the tripe. But I
The
think
tripe.
the soup that you had just wasn't that great. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So did anybody else have anything to add to first dates or as far as questions?
Oh,
Mash.
I want
we
to hear
never
what the
got to you,
guys
bro.
ask. Yeah, what do
We
the
went to
guys
Mash.
ask?
Mash.
Well,
Yeah,
not
what
Flash.
type of Flash say? Flash
were
was
okay with
asking about
that.
the
We
How
were
your
good.
pussy tastes, baby?
How your mother?
I mean, for me,
What's
it
some of the questions?
usually start with like leading questions, like questions that let
Yeah.
questions that allow women to talk about themselves are usually the best
Mm.
questions to ask on the first date, because then you can just cater the rest of the dates to what they tell you about themselves, or what they tell you about their
Right.
interests, because they'll tell
Good
you. You just gotta
idea.
let them talk.
I love that you're
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah, for
See?
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're head
because I mean, it depends, right? Because if the objective is for us to be like long term in a relationship, I want to be able to make you happy,
Right.
So being able to answer those, have that type of conversation helps a lot on the first date, I think.
Right.
Which
So
is
that you know how
why,
to move forward. Right. With what you
right?
gotta.
Which is why I think it's important to do like interactive first dates. Like if you can go on a first date, and those don't even have to be like expensive dates. They can just be things that y'all engage with one another, and you can figure out if you're just gonna smut this out, or you just gonna try to keep
you
this
know-
long term. But you gonna figure it
Facts.
out.
That's true because
Facts.
like for instance, like and no shade, like even like we're going to a movie theater, I don't think that's a good first date in my opinion, because you can't talk. So you're not getting
Not at all. You want to talk.
You
Yeah,
want to
for
talk.
sure.
You want to get to kind of know the person and gauge what they're, so
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Okay.
sometimes it be fucking me up, because sometimes I feel like if I fuck on the first date,
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like, did that ruin like that shit for me? And it don't always.
What's
But
the,
I don't know
what's,
if I've
what's,
ever.
what's the circumstance you talking about? And when you say fuck on the first date, like, did you meet this
So-
person in advance and y'all decided to go hang out one night and y'all have sex? Or did you...
Yeah. It's usually one of those. It's like,
Okay.
I've met him before. We never hung out, and then the first time we get to hang out, so for some reason, somehow, some way, it just led into sex. You know what I'm saying?
slip,
Right.
fall,
And-
boom, bam,
And
pow.
then you felt like you ruined it at that point?
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I ruined it for myself, in the sense of like, damn,
give
if
100?
I got it too easy, and I put in 100, of course, and I put in
course you
100, but then I think like, damn, do I want it now? Now I gotta sit there and think of like, you did that, nigga, but it ruins it for me though, because now I got a lot to think about as far as like, do I continue fucking with her in terms of a dating aspect, or is it just going to be like fucking for me? You know what I'm saying?
Does the quality of the box change any of these decisions? Because what if it's fire?
100%. Now I've never had, at least for me, at least on the first date, shit, I've never had the first date box that was like so phenomenal that, bitch, I'm gonna marry you. Like, no, I've never had that. But I've had some that was questionable, like, oh, you could be something, you could be special. You gotta be special.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So for you still going for
Yeah,
Flash?
I'm done.
All right. So no. So I basically I actually got this idea from a YouTube video I watched years back. So me on a first date, what I try to do is I do this thing called the question game, right? Where we ask each other questions, and usually they're leading questions to learn more about them. And the goal is to get the questions, to start sexualizing the questions eventually, you know what I'm saying, and then force her to answer sexual questions, so we can just cross that barrier, you know what I'm saying. So how the question game goes is, I ask you a question, And then once I ask you a question, you answer it, you turn back and you can ask me a question. But you can't answer the same questions. You can't ask me the same question I asked you. So a good hack to that is, you know, I would ask her a question that I don't want her to ask me, right? Second, the second is I would always try to lead it towards like sexual things and not be weird about it. You need to be as normal about it as possible when you start talking about sex. So because once you start getting weird about sex, you weird women out.
So I think that game is phenomenal. That is a fantastic game that everyone needs to play when you're going on a date. That game is great. That sounds mad.
The question game. The question game.
The question game.
Yo, so Shay, I ain't gonna hold you. You definitely had me get like a nostalgic memory because I used to write down questions on a piece of sheet of paper, and either I would try to memorize it, or if I didn't memorize it, I would bring it to me on a date. I would read off, and then I'd be like, yo, let me go use the bathroom real quick, and then I would try to memorize like a couple more questions because that's the way I used to do my day sometimes. You know, as far as I have material that I want to ask this woman, you know, especially when I was beginning, I was saying like, how do you do this thing properly? Because you know, I've been fucking up, you know, so I needed a process. And once I figured out, so the questions are key. The questions are key.
They are key.
Especially if you have engaging questions to a woman that are not the same run of the mill. Matter of fact, I even learned great shit from speed dating. You know what I'm saying? I did the speed date shit before too, and that made me a few times. And I'm sitting here like, oh, so if you have like dope questions or different questions or whatever, like it really helps just how good the date feels, you know.
Fact, you know what? And and to be honest with you, you could either ask something if you're normal about it, like, hey, when's the last time you had sex? Right? So like let her answer that shit right there. And then what I've noticed about crossing the sexual barrier, and I keep mentioning this, is once you get past that point, she gets comfortable with asking you sexual questions as well. You feel what I'm saying? And then now you done brought it to a whole different realm on the date. Like the date just turned up a whole nother level. Okay, hold on. Whole nother
level.
So question, yo, especially to the and Mo, you can even answer this too, because I'm thinking like, are y'all maybe to the fellas, but when women come in too hot with like sex though, is that like a turn off for y'all?
No, hell no, never. Okay. Not at all.
How I meet her.
Unless I don't like her.
How I meet her.
Right.
How I meet her.
You met her on the train. I don't know. You meet a person on the train. Yeah.
No, I got no background knowledge on this person. None.
Nah, nothing.
How bad is she?
She an 8. Oof. She say she do a Kevin Samuels. You got a big dick? She really.
Yeah.
So I have
I'm taking it.
All right. So as a female, from a female perspective, I'm thinking like if I were to do that, my mind is probably thinking that you know, to hear you guys saying like, oh no, it doesn't matter, but my mind would probably think that you guys would think, well, how many other niggas is she doing that with? Or coming right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Right.
I'm not gonna ask that question. If we playing questions, that's not gonna be the next question I ask. She's like, how many other niggas have you done this with?
But I'm saying like,
you gonna ruin
not that I did. No, I'm not saying for you to ask that, but if I'm leading with sex, right? I'm thinking in your mind, like in your you be like, well, damn, she leading with sex. She lead with sex with every nigga. You get what I'm saying? That's what I would think. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I had a shorty. She didn't lead with sex, but she ended out the date very like sexual, and I was turned off by it completely. Probably because I was turned off by the date. Saying because she spent the whole date showing me pictures in her fucking phone, and I just hated that shit. You know what I'm saying? I was on a date, and I was just like, yo. And then she ended the date by trying to lick me on the face. And I was super fucking turned off by that shit, bro. So turned off by that shit. And I was just like, nah, and I never came back. I disappeared forever. She hit my phone. I put her in my phone as crazy, don't answer, shit like that. And one thing you guys have to remember is if you fucking dead somebody, don't delete them from your phone. That's stupid. Because you won't know who they are when they come
when they call you.
Fucking put their name under something that you're gonna fucking remember. Don't answer the phone for this person or fucking answer any of this person's texts. All right, keep them in your phone though.
You right though. You right.
That's the fact. All right. So So now I think it's time we draw this episode to an end, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Who doing?
We gotta do the twin.
Who's
want
gonna
me
do
to do
the
it?
20 for today? TJ,
I'll do it.
I'll
do it.
Gonna do this.
I guess
go,
I'll do it. Thank you for
Uh.
listening to another episode of the Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast. You can find us on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Pandora. You can also find us on Instagram at So Ratchet Podcast, Facebook, Twitter X, TikTok at So Ratchet Podcast. We have new episodes dropping every Wednesday, and we go live on YouTube every first Wednesday of the month. And if you'd like to see our beautiful and handsome faces, you can find us at YouTube at So Ratchet Space Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Thank you for listening, guys.
Don't waste no fucking time. Don't waste no.
I got this. He had it up on the screen already. She was like, I got this.
Ready.
No,
Go
I'm watching our area. It's go time.
She turned the 2010 into the 1010, nigga.
I gotta do the 1010. I did it fast. I'm a fast talk. I gotta slow it down.
Good job.
I gotta slow it
That
down.
shit was really the 1010.
Yo, Mo, you should go do one of them fucking alternances. Swing,
No, but I have to slow down. My mother always say, "You talk so fast."
You do talk fast. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
I do.
I know it. If you
So
want
I'ma
to the
slow
next
it down.
subject
I'ma
like this, like
slow it
moving into
down.
it. So the winner of the word of the day is Spew God Mash. Drip.
Drip.
Let's give it
We'll give it to him.
Let's get a chair. He's the only one who used the word in code.
He did.
All right, we will do better with that. We'll do better next time.
No. Y'all good. Keep it up. Y'all good.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I've been looking at my trophies on the wall. I'm sitting here like, I need to give him a chance to catch up. Okay, I need to give him a
It's all
chance
appreciated.
to catch
It's
up.
all appreciated. It's all appreciated.
Nice.
Man, look at that, my little boy. What of the week champion?
You so kind.
Nice.
So kind. So
Did you
kind.
credit yourself, Flag?
I can't.
Did you create
I
your
did. Made my own board.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you taking L today.
It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you. It's
And
been an
let's
absolute
go
pleasure,
ahead and
guys.
Wrap it up.
Peace.
Yo.
Next Wednesday, y'all.
Yay.
Peace, tribe.
Peace.